Imagine flipping through a morning newspaper, catching headlines on politics or education, yet never questioning how language shapes your view. Who's steering the story? Norman Fairclough's critical discourse analysis throws you into this unseen battleground where words wield power, ideologies hide in plain sight, and what looks like simple news is deeply political. Ready to pull back the curtain on everyday language and its hidden social forces? Language isn't just words, it's a battlefield where power moves invisibly. Fairclough's framework peels back how everyday talk and text shape, maintain, or resist social hierarchies. In one pivotal study, Fairclough dissected UK newspaper coverage of unemployment in the 1980s. Headlines shifted blame from policy flaws to benefit scroungers, pushing an ideological agenda without obvious bias. This wasn't accidental. Language choices framed who's guilty and who's innocent, shaping public judgment and political fortunes. Think of discourse like the water in a river. It's everywhere, flowing through society, quietly carrying sediments, social norms, values, ideologies. Like water shapes a landscape over time, discourse structures social relations, bonding groups but also creating invisible barriers, locking in power and exclusion without anyone raising a flag. Here's the kicker: power isn't always flashy or coercive. Often it's in mundane phrases we accept without question. When a professor calls some students gifted and others troublesome, or when corporate ads use buzzwords like innovation without substance, power routines get naturalized, turning dominance into common sense. Discourse isn't static. Fairclough tracks how language adapts and drives social transformations, especially in fast-changing arenas like politics and education. During the rise of Thatcher's Britain, Fairclough analyzed political TV debates where candidates repeatedly framed themselves as entrepreneurs rather than just politicians. This wasn't throwaway rhetoric. It helped shift public ideas about leadership and citizenship, subtly pushing neoliberal values into everyday identities, making markets central to personal success narratives. Universities, once seen purely as knowledge hubs, now breathe marketing discourse. Ads promise world-class experiences and customer satisfaction, pitching education like a product. Fairclough shows how this marketization changes not just universities' language but their missions, reducing learning to a commodity. It's language remaking public institutions to fit economic ideologies. Language is a sculptor of social norms. When schools adopt critical language awareness programs, as Fairclough advocates, students begin to see their own speech patterns as part of broader identities and power structures. This awareness rewires how they relate to authority and their social worlds, planting seeds for emancipatory change. Text analysis isn't just literary, it's a sharp social probe. Fairclough elevates linguistic tools to expose ideologies by studying words and their context closely. Fairclough emphasizes intertextuality, how texts echo others. For example, media stories about welfare fraud often borrow language from legal or business reports, imbuing social issues with bureaucratic authority. This layering cloaks ideological positions as objective truth, guiding audiences to accept certain viewpoints as natural or inevitable. Register the style suited to a context is a powerful signal. Shifts from formal to informal language in political speeches can suggest authenticity or control audiences subtly. Fairclough likens it to a costume change on stage. The speaker performs roles that align with or challenge hierarchies, using the right linguistic clothes to position themselves. Analyzing texts rigorously peels back the facade of common sense. What society accepts as normal or natural often rests on ideological choices baked into language. Fairclough's method teaches you how to spot these layers, turning everyday text into treasure maps for hidden power and social assumptions. Remember that morning paper? Now you know it's not just ink on paper but a battleground of power wrapped in language. Fairclough invites you to stay alert, question everyday talk, and spot ideology in action because every word matters. Next time you hear a catchy slogan or news headline, ask, who's really talking here? Try this: pick one familiar text and ask how it shapes your view differently if rewritten. You'll never see language the same way again. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.